Hey everybody, it's Aungelita Williams here. And for those of you who have registered for the webinar, I just wanted to do a quick video to give you a little overview on what you can expect to gain by attending this webinar. First things first, in previous videos, I've expressed how before now I was a total workaholic who was out of touch with my children and who didn't have any free time to do anything with anybody. All I had time to do was work. And I was introduced to a simple 3-step system that allowed me a true taste of freedom. I want everyone what freedom tastes like. Well, anyway, the purpose of the webinar is to show you the exact same system that allowed me to experience freedom and to enjoy my life, because I definitely want that for you. But before I go over what's going to be on the webinar, I actually need to ask you a favor. There are a couple of steps that you need to take before you can get the most out of this webinar. And that first step is to decide, which is why I picked a cup of coffee, because what I want you to do is wake up and just think about it. Are things that you are not happy with in your life going to change if you don't change? Or better yet, let's say you don't want to think about change. When was the last time that you were able to go on a vacation? Are you even able to go on a vacation? Or do you just enjoy sitting at home watching other people take vacations on TV, on the Travel Channel, or even through Facebook, smiling at everybody else's pictures? Or better yet, if you had an extra 2 hours to do whatever you wanted to do in a day, what would you do? Who would you spend time with? What would that feel like? If you are unhappy or uncomfortable with the answers to these simple questions, decide that today is a day that you're going to do something about it. And register. And then step number 2, once you've registered, which most of you have, if you're watching this video, you want to set your expectations. If you expect to gain something, you will. And I think this quote summarizes it. If you paint in your mind a picture of bright and happy expectations, you put yourself into a condition conducive to your goals. Again, I just want to give you an overview, but before I can even give you the overview, we have to make sure that you're in the right mindset. Because winning this battle in our mind is the key to a lot of the things that we want to happen, and it's also the key to things that have not happened. So step number 1 was to make the decision. Step number 2, set your expectations. And then step number 3, show up. Place the date and time on your calendar. Set a reminder. Show up and show up early, because seats are limited, and when it's maxed out, you won't have room. And if you thought about what we said in step 1 and you're really uncomfortable about those things, you want to make sure that you have a seat and that you actually show up. All right, so what's going to be covered on this webinar? I'm actually going to show you the strategy for adding more hours to your day. I'm also going to show you the 3-step system. And this picture over here to the right is actually an image that will be used in the presentation. So I'm going to show you that system. And then there are going to be some secret special bonus items that you will only get access to and you will only find out about when you show up for the webinar. So in conclusion to this short video, don't wait until the last minute to make that decision. Decide now, set your expectations, show up. When you're registered, I ask that you put in accurate information, because I'm going to be communicating with you and sending you some information about the webinar. So be sure to open messages from me. And in case you missed it, you can go to makemoneywithangelita.com/webinar to register. And remember that seats are limited. The webinar will be held on August the 15th at 9 p.m. So that's a quick overview on what to expect on the webinar. If you happen to see this video after August 15th and you want to keep in touch with me to know when I'm doing additional webinars, if I even do additional webinars, you can connect with me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Aungelita. All right, see you on the webinar.